Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe button, the like and the subscribe button. Here we have another crazy story. It's all about Keefe again. I was thinking about it. All that screaming. You have to hear stuff like that when you're behind the bars. One thing about being behind the bars, you never know what the day's gonna be like for you, because being behind the bars is like being in a zoo. Anything can happen because you're basically around wild animals in a sense. Even though they're human beings, but you know what I mean. Those lifers act up all the time. But Keefe, 60 years old. Wow, 60 years old. One thing about going behind the bars, I heard someone told me one time, you know what? When you're young, it's not that bad at all. When you get a little older, it's worse. Yeah, that's what he said. When you're younger, it's not that bad being behind the bars. That's what he said. I said, yeah. I said, really? He said, yeah. But being older, because he went back a few times. He said, I'm older now, so it's a little different now. I said, wow. It's a little different now, huh? He said, yeah, it's a little different now. But let's get back to Keefe. So he's 60 years old. If he does, have to do any type of time. If he does any type of time, being 60 years old behind the bars, it's like, wow, that's kind of rough. I mean, like what my friend said, being in your 20s is probably okay. Your 30s, probably a little okay. Your early 40s, I ain't gonna handle that. But your 60s, you're one of the oldest individuals in there. You're probably up in the top 20%. Unbelievable. But that's what happens though. Keefe said he was a gangster. And you know what happens when you're a gangster, right? At least last time I checked, being a gangster is basically saying you're a criminal, in a sense, nowadays. See, I'm a gangster. That's basically saying I'm a criminal. So what happens to criminal? We all know what happens to criminal. I heard they made something for those individuals. Oh yeah, I remember now. It's called jail, the prison system. So in reality, Keefe is where he wants to be, because he's where gangsters reside. Right now, he has a luxury of being amongst the other fellow gangsters, which is great, because gangsters like saying I'm a criminal, believe it or not. Real gangsters like Al Capone, those guys. Real gangsters wore suits all the time, drove fancy cars, live in big old mansions. Those are real gangsters. Yeah, those are real gangsters. Not like Keefe. A real gangster would never wear a baseball hat or sunglasses, believe it or not. And I don't believe they'll leave their house without having a suit on. Oh, not a real gangster. Keep in mind, these guys got the gangster persona from watching TV, watching cartoons, Al Capone and all those guys. Al Pacino, all those guys. John Gotti and all those guys. Well, not really John Gotti, but really Scarface, all those guys. These guys watch a lot of TV, and they love the movies, so they say, you know what, I'm a gangster now. But a real gangster, you need to wear a suit every day. Basically, Keefe was a criminal. So what happens with a criminal? He's behind the bars now. So he's behind the bars now with the rest of the criminals, the rest of the gangsters. So he's going to have to worry about the lock and the sock. If you guys don't know what a lock and the sock is, the lock and the sock is when one of those inmates, it could be anyone, but those lifers love to do it. They put that lock in that sock and hit you on the side of their feet. Boop! You hear that knock, you feel that knock, and you look around and you say, what the hell? What just happened to me? And you feeling it, and you're like, ugh. Start screaming out shortly after, probably 30, 40 seconds later, screaming out. And then once that happens, that's it for you. It's hard to recover from locking the sock because you don't want to feel it again. Keefe doesn't have to worry about living his life like that now, guys. Unfortunately, that's what comes along with being a gangster. You have to worry about that lock and that sock right there. Especially at his old age. That's crazy. Not only he's in there he's not a normal individual. He's been accused of something. Doing something to one of the most famous rappers who ever existed. Imagine all the fans Tupac had. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. His chances of getting that lock and that socks, it's high. It's up there more than a normal person. I would assume. I don't know for certain. I'm just assuming. This is my opinion, but I think Tupac's name is like. Well, if you're over a certain age, I believe most individuals heard of Tupac's name. He's like up there with like the Michael Jordans and the Michael Jacksons and the best of the best. You know, he's up there. He's up there with the Pope. So imagine you being next to this guy. He's your cellmate, Keefe D, who supposedly did whatever to Tupac. What would you be thinking about? Unbelievable type of life he's going to have behind the bars. But it's fine. He's a gangster. Gangsters know there's no retirement. There's no pension. Worst come to worst, you know, it's behind the bars is where we go to our dying days. Unfortunately, it's a terrible thing. But that's what happens with being a gangster. It's basically being a criminal. Gangster, a.k.a. a criminal. All Keefe D spoke about was illegal activities. All he spoke about were illegal activities. Unbelievable. I'm not wishing bad on him. I'm actually glad for him. He's where he wants to be at. Gangster's paradise. Didn't Tupac have a song like that? Unbelievable. Till next time, guys, check out my other videos and let me know what you think. Here we go. F-Service TV. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Gangster's paradise. That's where Keefe D's at. He's in gangster's paradise. Because every gangster or criminal, a.k.a. criminal, know that's where you're going to end up at the end of the day. Behind the bars with all other gangsters. Here we go. Gangster's paradise.